We are hearing Harikatha of Prabhupada on the bank of Radhakunda in relation to Upadesamrita. Yesterday we heard that Mathura is superior to Vaikuntha because there Krishna performed the pastime of taking birth. So Vatsalya Rasa is there. The place of Krishna's Rasa dance, Vrindavan, is even higher than the place of Krishna's birth, Mathura. Shriman Rasa Sarambi Bangshi Bhatatastita Karshan Benu Swaner Gopir Gopinata Shriyestuna. May Gopinath, the beautiful inaugurator of the Rasa dance, who stands on the river bank at Bangshibat and attracts the gopis with his flute song, bestow auspiciousness upon us. In Mathura, Krishna is an immature boy. At the sight of the Rasa dance, he is an adolescent. At the sight of the Rasa dance, Krishna danced in circles with all sorts of different gopis. Radhika ji came and saw that the speciality of her service could not be maintained in the midst of this congregational circle dancing. So she left the site of the Rasa dance and came to Govardhan. The group leader Chandra, that is Chandravali, also arrived there then. Krishna sat in a cave in Govardhan, and when he saw Chandra and others, he showed them that he had 4 arms. Tulsi, Dhanishta and other gopis in Radha's party deceived Chandra's messenger Shaibya and sent Chandravali to Saki's stali. Therefore, Srila Das Goswami Prabhu, the foremost of Sri Rupa's followers, has offered his obeisances to Saki's stali from a distance. After deceiving Chandravali, Radha's followers brought Shyama Sundar to Radha Kunda. Here Srila Das Goswami means Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, and in his Manjari name he is Tulsi Manjari. Also Rati Manjari and Tulsi Manjari he describes himself in Bilab Kush Manjari. So as we already heard, in Radhakunda only the group of Radharani is there. That is why it is highest. According to Rasa, all these gopis in Radharani's party, they brought Krishna to Radhakunda from Govardhan. The caves in Govardhan in which Radha and Krishna's highly confidential amorous play takes place is higher than Vrindavan, higher than Vrindavan, the place of the congregational Rasa dance. Yasyam Madhava Naviko Rasavatim Adhaya Radham Taro Madhye Chanchala Ke Nipata Balana Trasei Stuvatyastata Swabishtam Panam Adade Vahati Sayasmin Mano Janavi Kastam Tan Nava Dampati Pratibhuvam Govardhanam Nashrayat. This is from Rupa Goswami, Govardhan Ashraya Dashakam. Who would not take shelter of Govardhan, the young couple's intermediary, where the Manasa Ganga flows, where Madhava, the boatman, took lovely Radha in his boat and collected his desired fare after being praised by her out of fear of the boat sinking in the unsteady water. This is one lila there in Manasiganga. Krishna was taking Radharani in boat and then looked like that boat will sink. So Radha then took shelter of Krishna. Out of fear, and Krishna collected his desired fare there. Holding on his head Shyama Kunda and Radha Kunda, which are superior to billions of Ganges rivers, Govardhan hill is more worshipable than even Mahadev. Here, surrounded by hundreds of Sakis who are worshipable to Lakshmi and embraced by Krishna's sweet, fragrant arms, Radhika, Krishna's beloved, dances in the month of Madhu, that is, in the sweet early spring. Thus, a second side of the rasa dance exists in Govardhan. One we heard is in there in Vrindavan. There are all kinds of gopis, but this one in Govardhan only Radharani's group and Chandravali's group. Radhakunda is even higher than Govardhan. This place is the plain of the full flood of the nectar of Krishna's divine love. Sri Rupa Manjari, who knows the heart of Sri Gaura Sundar, has instructed that service at Radhakunda, which is the highest of all aspirations in the heart of Sri Gaura Hari, is the pinnacle of service itself. For members of the school of Nimbarka Acharya, members of any school following Chandravali, and anyone who thinks they are situated in Madhurasa but are devoid of devotion to Gaura, Sri Radhakunda is completely incomprehensible and unattainable. Therefore, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami Prabhu, the foremost of Srila Rupa's followers, has said, Raja Bhuvi Mura Satroh Prayasinam Nikamer Asulabam Apiturnam Prema Kalpadrumam Tam Janayati Hridi Bhumau Snatur Uchair Priyamyat Tat Ati Surabi Radha Kundam Eva Shrayo Me. This is from Radha Kunda Ashtakam by Raghunath Das Goswami. Radha Kunda quickly appears as a wish-fulfilling tree of divine love in the hearts of those who bathe within it, a wish-fulfilling tree of divine love difficult to attain for even Krishna's lovers in the land of Braja. May Krishna's dearmost Radha Kunda be my shelter. Sri Rupa Prabhu, in his 10th instruction, has ascertained through comparative analysis who is the greatest amongst all devotees. Karmebhyo parito hareh priyataya vyaktim yayur gyaninas tebhyo gyana vimukta bhakti paramah prameika nishtastata tebhyastah pashupala pankaja drishastabhyo pisaradika preshta tadadiyam tadiya sarasitam nashrayet kahkriti. All types of pious karmis who are engaged in virtuous acts are better than sinners and performers of impious acts. So karmis here means those who are following prescribed duties of the Vedas, like Varna, Ashram, Dharma, they are following and doing their duties and not engaging in sinful activities. In outside of Vedic system, there are some like religions and some moral atheistic things like Buddhism and religions like Christianity and Islam and this. So some morality is there. Some morality is there because they believe in afterlife and that one will reap the fruits of his own actions. They have this belief. So they also engage in some pious activities and are giving up certain sinful activities. But those who are outside of this, those immoral atheists, they are all the time engaged in sin and impious acts. So technically we cannot call them karmis. Oh, those karmis. No. Karmis are those who are following prescribed duties of the Vedas. Those sinners and others outside, they may be called karmis only in the sense of they are engaged in activities with a desire to enjoy the fruit, fruitive activities. In that sense only we can say karmis, but not technically correct is not karmis, because karmis are those who are following karma kanta of the Vedas, that is pious, and they are dear to Krishna. Again, Brahmagyanis who have given up the three modes of material nature are in all respects better than pious karmis, because they have no non-eternal desires. They want to be liberated. Pure devotees such as Sanaka, who are free from Gyan and established in devotion, are more dear to Krishna than all types of Brahmagyanis. You remember, they were also Brahmagyanis before, 4 Kumaras, but they got the scent of Tulsi offered to the lotus feet of Narayan, and they became attracted to Narayan and accepted devotion to Narayan, giving up that Brahmagyan, that Brahmajyoti meditation. So they are more dear to Krishna. Pure devotees such as Narad, who are fixed exclusively in divine love, are more dear to Krishna than them. The gopis of Braja who have given their lives to Krishna are more dear to Krishna than them. And Sri Radhika alone is Krishna's dearmost amongst all the various gopis. Like Sri Radha, Radha Kunda is also extremely dear to Krishna. Souls who are more fortunate than all others reside at supramundane Radha Kunda with supramundane consciousness and serve Shri Krishna during the 8 periods of the day. Once Gurudev wrote to me in one letter that Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, he saw Radha Kunda as non-different from Radharani. Directly he saw. That is why he did not enter with his feet to take bath. Only he bowed down and took water on his head. Then Gurudev said, so if we wish to attain that highest transcendental realm, then we have to follow the instructions of Prabhupada. What is his instruction? Shri Daita Das Kirtanete Ash Karo Uchai Svare Harinam Ro Kirtana Prabhave Smarana Hoive Sei Kale Nirjon Bhajan Sambhav. When some of his disciples, without taking his permission, went to Radhakunda to do bhajan in secluded place, Prabhupada did not approve. He said that is total cheating, because it is their misconception that this kirtan or preaching is of lower type bhajan than that one, and also not considering the eligibility, and also not taking permission from Gurudev, so that is all cheating. So Prabhupada in that song, he explained that loud chanting of Harinam and also Harikatha, Nagar Sankirtan, all these, when purely done, not for name and fame, but for the satisfaction of Krishna, this is what Sri Daita Das desires to engage in always. That is Prabhupada. Gurudev explained that this loudly or from the core of heart means without offenses. Then you can do from core of heart loudly. There will be no hesitation, no this other desires, all this. So loudly, this is what Prabhupada wants, to loud kirtan. And kirtana prabhave smarana hoive. When you do this proper kirtan without offenses, loudly in association of devotees, and complete kirtan, nam, rup, gun, lila, then kirtana prabhave smarana hoive. By the power or by the influence of kirtan, such proper kirtan, smaran will come automatically. Remembrance of Krishna. When this will happen, when this smaran will automatically happen, realization will start to come, internal realization. When you do proper kirtan, at that point, it is possible to do bhajan in a lonely place, outside lonely, because he is not alone. He is always with Krishna, Radharani, and their associates all the time within. So there is no question of him associating with his mind, with anarthas and all this. He outside looks like he's alone under a tree, but he's always with all personal associates of Radha Krishna in group they are serving. So, but if someone who did not come to that stage of purity, giving up association of bona fide devotees and loud kirtan, attempts to do bhajan in lonely place, then he will associate with his mind, material mind, with his anarthas, aparadas, imaginations, all this. So that will be detrimental for him. For this stage, congregational loud chanting in association with pure devotees is necessary to get purification of heart. And when you will get that internal realization, always you will be connected naturally, then only it is possible, not before that. Otherwise you will be attacked by anarthas, and there will be no one to help you because you gave up association of devotees. But if you are in association of devotees, then they will help you. They will see you are deviating, you are falling down. They will catch you. They will remind you, encourage you. But if you are in lonely place, then who will see you there? So Prabhupada in that song, he did not approve of those activities of those disciples. They were unsurrendered disciples. They did not follow as per instruction of Guru, who will engage us as per our qualification. if for the sake of name and fame we try to jump above our qualification, then that will not be beneficial for us. So those who will do such kirtan, proper kirtan, and internal revelation will come, transcendental revelation, they will reside at supramundane, that is transcendental Radhakunda, with supramundane consciousness, means transcendental consciousness, that is only one desire is there, to serve Krishna under the guidance of, if you are Madhur Ras, then you will get the service from Sakis and Manjaris of Sri Krishna during the 8 periods of the day. We heard during Kartik Vrata, this Ashtakalya Lila, what Krishna is doing, what Radharani is doing. So if you are Radha Palyadasi, Manjari, then you have certain seva to Radharani in different time of the lila, that responsibility, and that is unlimited lila. So how it is happening, no one knows. But Yoga Maya arranges. So sometimes certain seva is necessary and they will tell you to do it. Some seva is fixed, certain responsibility. Like Radharani is always cooking for Krishna in the morning, that is her fixed. So Manjaris also, they have their fixed seva, but if Lila will turn out in certain way, then certain seva will be necessary and they will order you to do that and you will do that. Gurudev said they are always ready to do any seva. So that is supramundane consciousness. There is no selfish enjoyment consciousness there. So anyone who thinks this world is full of suffering, so let me go to Goloka with the view there I can enjoy in the pastime of Krishna, that is wrong. You can enter only through service. The highest place in all of Goloka is Sri Radha Kunda, the supreme shelter for those who relish Madhur Ras. The highest place in all of Goloka is Sri Radha Kunda, the supreme shelter for those who relish Madhur Ras. The plains of Buh, Buva, and Sva are places of enjoyment for selfish householders who desire piety. The 4 plains above this, Mahach, Jana, Tapah, and Satya, are places of enjoyment for non-householders. That is brahmacharis and sannyasis. Interim brahmacharis enjoy in Maharloka. Avowed brahmacharis enjoy in Janaloka. Vanaprasthas enjoy in Tapaloka and sannyasis enjoy in Satyaloka. 1 second, I want to see interim meaning. The intervening time. Temporary. An interim is a period of time between one event and another. So maybe it is meant here those who follow brahmachari and then they become grihastas, maybe. And avowed brahmacharis, if I could see Bengali, then I could understand. Maybe here avowed brahmacharis means naishtika brahmacharis, those who are from birth brahmacharis and they keep their brahmacharya always, they never get married. Vanaprasthas means after marriage, they retire from all those things and think about the eternal welfare and they practice for that, and sannyasis in Satyaloka. Abrahma bhuvana lokah punar avartin Arjuna. O Arjuna, from Satyaloka down, the residents of every plane take birth again. The intensely joyful spiritual abode of Vaikuntha is very difficult for even liberated souls to attain. But selfless devotees of the Lord, after leaving their body, immediately attain this abode. Even higher than Vaikuntha is Mathura, and higher than Mathura is the site of the pastimes of the rasa dance, Vrindavan. Higher than Vrindavan is Govardhan, and highest of all is Radhakunda. Sri Sanatana Goswami Prabhu's conception of the Lord's abode as 3/4 of existence is most scientific. Beyond the causal ocean is the undifferentiated plane. Causal ocean means Biraja river, where Mahavishnu is lying, and he then exhales and so many universes come out from his pores, and then by his glance he injects jivas into matter and creation is moving. So above this causal ocean is the undifferentiated plane, that is Brahmajyoti. None of the imaginary deities of the Panchopasakas, worshippers of the 5 deities such as Surja, Ganesh and Shakti, will remain. All imaginary forms of Brahma will become one. This is the conception of the impersonalists, Nirvisheshavadis. So they think now we are unable to meditate on undifferentiated Brahman. So that Brahman took the form of Vishnu, Shiva, Kali, Durga and Ganesh, Surja. So you worship to concentrate your mind, and when you attain concentration of mind, then you will be able to meditate on that Brahmajyoti, and when you will enter that plane, then all these imaginary Maic forms are not necessary anymore. They also think that worship of Krishna is also on same principle. That is their mistake. So they think Vaishnavas, they are lower class sadhakas. Like Sarvam Bhattacharya also taught like that about Raya Ramananda before. But after getting the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and realization of Krishna's eternal form and eternal forms of his devotees and eternal devotion, then he changed his vision, and then he understood that Raya Ramananda is far above all Gyanis. In person is far above. So he requested Mahaprabhu, you please meet him, his topmost devotee, and devotion is the best of all. So that is their misconception. Our Gurudev once, he was in some program when one Mayavadi spoke, and that Mayavadi said that ultimate reality has no form, no qualities, no potency like this. But because we are unable to meditate, then he takes the form of like Satyaguna, some form of this world, Krishna or Ram or Shiva or Kali, anyone. They're all same and all temporary. Then Gurudev asked him, before you said that ultimate reality has no potency, then how he's able to take this form? He can do nothing, he has no potency. Then how he can take that form? And if there are no qualities in the cause, then from where these qualities are coming? Satya Guna, Raja Guna, from where? If the cause or ultimate reality is without any qualities. So it is illogical, irrational. And there was also one who became attracted to our Parangurudev, one Mayavadi, and he took mantra, but he was still under the influence of his previous Mayavad conceptions. So he was telling to our Gurudev in the room that this is okay, worshipping Krishna or Ramchandra, but ultimately there is only impersonal, formless. We will all merge into that. This is for the time being only. Then Gurudev tried to explain to him, this is not the teaching of Shastra and not the teaching of our Gurudev, but he could not accept. Then ultimately Gurudev asked him, from where you got this knowledge? Then he said, from my previous Guru. Then Gurudev asked him, did your Guru have a form? He said, yes. And from where he got? From his Guru. So that Guru, did he have a form? Yes, all form. So you tell me that there is one instance where knowledge came from formless. If that is ultimate reality, so knowledge about that ultimate reality, that it came from something formless. You give me some instance. He could not give. Then he was defeated and he accepted, yes, that is wrong. It is irrational. Something is the cause of something. Nothing cannot be the cause of something. And if there is no form in the cause, then from where we see these forms? His form is not material, temporary, but has a form and unlimited personality. And one time Gurudev had to go for collection for our Brindaban mat. So one fat lady, she was Mayavadi, and Gurudev was explaining to her, we came from Chaitanya Gauriya Mat, we are worshipping Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna, so we request you to give something for this service. We want to build one temple. And Gurudev explained what is the Siddhanta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Achintya Beda Beda. And she was listening, and the Gurudev said sometimes in between, she laughed, ha, ha, in between. Then ultimately she said, it is okay, but this abhed, that abhed means difference, that is wrong. Ultimately there is no difference between Jiva and Brahma, Supreme. No difference. So that is wrong. Then Gurudev again tried to explain it is Achintya Beda, Abheda, but could not understand. And she loudly said, Brahman Satya, Jagat Mithya. Only Brahman is truth, all this world where we see varieties and differences, duality, all this is all false. Then Gurudev saw that she is unable to understand. Then he just said, You said Brahman Satya Jagat Mithya. So you are, where are you? You are in this world. You are speaking in this world. You are saying this world is Mithya, false. So you are also false, and your statements are also false. So why I will listen to your statements? And left. Then that another brahmachari said, no, don't speak like this, we will not get donation. Then Guru said, I did not come for donation, I came for service of Krishna. Krishna will give what is necessary, but we should not like compromise, try to please someone for the sake of getting something from him. Krishna is maintainer, Krishna is protector. What Krishna will arrange through someone, that we will get. But our duty is to serve Krishna, not to be dependent on anyone. No, we are dependent on Krishna. He is maintainer, and we should serve him. Should not serve conditioned souls. They cannot give us unless Krishna gives, and that is also temporary something. So Gurudev never compromised philosophy or pure truth, Siddhanta, for the sake of some mundane benefit from some conditioned souls. Because he is not a fool. By giving up the service of Krishna and trying to serve Maya, what you will gain? Nothing. We have to serve Krishna, depend on him. He is maintainer. Those who are established in this understanding and realization, they can never deviate from that. For the sake of some mundane benefits, they will try to please someone. That is the same for understanding who is a bona fide guru or not. If guru prescribes service of Krishna as per scripture and as per Guru Parampara, then he will say both what is pleasing to Krishna, which activities, and which activities are displeasing to Krishna, and they have to be given up. But if someone avoids telling that you should not take intoxicants, you should not take meat or anything which cannot be offered to Krishna, and you should not take gambling and illicit sex, all this, if someone is not telling this because he's afraid that disciples will not want to follow that, so he will lose disciples and he will lose name and fame, he will lose money, then he's not actually serving Krishna himself. He is a pseudo-guru, not real guru. One time, one person from one village there, he became attracted, one leader of one village, he became attracted to Parangurudev, and he told him, yes, what you are preaching, that is very good, I want to become your disciple, and also I will bring that whole village, you will give mantra to everyone. You will make all disciples. Then Parangurudev said, but they are ready to follow these rules of not eating meat, fish, eggs, onion, garlic, tea, drinking tea, chai. Then that person, no, you don't speak about these things to them. You just give mantra. You just give mantra, don't speak about these things to them. Then Parangurudev said, oh, you never heard about Gauriya Mat before? We are not Navadip Goswamis. We are Gauriya Mat. We are following as per Krishna's desire. So we cannot give mantra for the sake of giving mantra to make disciples. No, we are servants of Krishna and we are engaged in the service of Krishna and we want to engage others in the service of Krishna. We are not collecting disciples for money or for something. So, if someone has faith in Krishna and he's ready to follow prescriptions given by Krishna in Shastra and through Guru Parampara, then he can get mantra, not just everyone. So this is not that, this is Gauriya Mat. Service of Krishna is what is the point. So the false guru and bona fide guru. One is serving Krishna and never deviates from the service of Krishna. One is for worldly benefits. It's different. So Mayavadis, they think like that all these deities, they will become one, means they will all merge in that impersonal. This is the conception of the impersonalists, Nirvisheshavadis. Yaya Shrutir Jalpati Nirvishesham Sa Sabhidhate Savisheshameva Vichara Yoga Sati Hanta Tasam Prayo Balya Savishesham Eva. Our Gurudev also, one god brother, Nishkinchan Maharaj, brought many from Punjab to Gurudev to give initiation. And he said, but there is one difficulty, since birth they are always drinking that chai. So they are not ready to give up that. Then Guru said, then they cannot take initiation. So what is the purpose of deviating from the service of Krishna? Why bona fide servant of Krishna who knows that service of Krishna is the only beneficial thing for himself and for all others, why he will deviate for the sake of someone who does not want to serve Krishna but wants to enjoy this world? Our Gurudev told our institution is not to increase disciples. That is not our institution for, to increase disciples, increase followers. Our institution is for the service of Krishna and to encourage others to engage in the service of Krishna. So those who have Sukriti, those who have Shraddha, and those who are ready to serve Krishna, they can be given initiation. That will be service to Krishna, giving them initiation. But if we give to someone who has no faith and not ready to follow, then we will commit offense to Krishna. You should not give Harinam to such person. But if our target is just to increase number, not considering the qualification, then what benefit we will get? We will deviate from the service of Krishna, and we will want some mundane temporary benefits. So what is the use? So bona fide guru is one who never deviates from the target of satisfying Krishna. He is not ready to compromise that. Because he is not a fool. What is day for materialist is night for sadhu. What is night for materialist is day for sadhu. They have different conceptions. This is from Chaitanya Chandradaya Nataka, Haya Shirsha Pancharatra. The same scriptures that at first say that the Absolute is impersonal, lastly establish that the Absolute is a person. The Lord's two qualities of being impersonal and personal are both eternal. If we conceive in this way, then the personal aspect becomes predominant. You know Krishna as a person and his light coming from his transcendental form, that is his impersonal aspect. Both are eternal, but both are existing at the same time, but person is predominant because he is the cause. And more beautiful, Krishna says in Gita yesterday, on that day, Moksha Ekadashi, Krishna says in Gita that Brahmanohi Pratishtaham, I am the cause of impersonal Brahman. Krishna is the cause, so person is predominant. Nirvishesha tare kohe jai shruti gon, prakrita nishedi kore aprakrita stapam. Mahaprabhu told in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the scriptures that say he is impersonal forbid the conception of the Lord being mundane and affirm that he is supramundane. Like Nirvikar has no form, means no material form. He is Nirvishesh, no specialities, no differentiation. Yes, not Mike, is not blue, yellow, tall, in material differentiation. No, he has transcendental form and Nirakar, Nirvishesh. There are others. Nirvikar, he is not transformable like matter, but that does not mean that he has no lila. Mayavadis, they understand this wrongly. Nirvikar is fixed. So any kind of activity is prohibited for Brahma. So they say Krishna Lila, that is not transcendent, because they don't understand that is of different type. That is not material vikar, birth, that means birth, growth, and finally destruction. No. These are the transformations of material energy. He has no such transformation. His form is eternal, but is alive and is doing lila. But that is not temporary type. So when Upanishads say all this, that is to prohibit mundane conception of him. Not that absolutely no form, no nothing. Because material personality has been rejected, spiritual personality should also be given up. Spiritual personality is also an illusion like material personality. Those who accept such a theory are illusionists or Mayavadis. So they cannot understand Krishna Lila. The abode of impersonal Brahman exists on the far shore of the causal ocean. The effulgence of the Lord's form, Brahma Jyoti, cleansed of the three non-spiritual modes, exists on the opposite shore of this Biraja. Biraja means three gunas, but in causal ocean is they are not active. Biraja, no Rajoguna is active, so there is no creation. Creation is in these material worlds then. So Buddhists, they, by their practice, they can attain up to this point of Biraja. No creation. Our Gurudev explained there are no waves of suffering there because no creation is there. In this world, there are waves of suffering because creation is all the time. But they go into this. So for them, this is happiness because no waves of suffering. But Guru said, still suffering is there. They're not feeling that is suffering. They feel peace. But from the standpoint of Atma, if someone attains Brahma Jyoti, even he will understand that Biraja is also one kind of suffering. That is not full liberation. In Brahma Jyoti, there is Ananda, positive Ananda. but no waves of Ananda. Waves of Ananda are in Vaikuntha and up, because Lila is there. So causal ocean on the other side, far from Trigunas, is this Brahma Jyoti. Totally cleansed of the three non-spiritual modes, exists on the opposite shore. But Jyotir Abhyantare Rupam Atulam Shyama Sundaram. Within that effulgence is the beautiful, incomparable form of Shyama Sundar. So from this point on, we will hear tomorrow.